Doctor, we have a young married couple who'd like to talk to you now. They're Dr. James Leonard and his wife, Carolyn Jo. So, folks, come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to Your Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and take home an extra $100. Good evening. Dr. James Leonard and Carolyn Jo Leonard, huh?
That's correct.
Right.
How tall are you, Doctor?
I'm 6'2", Groucho.
6'2" what?
6 feet 2 inches.
Oh, I thought you were giving the score of a ball game or something. And Carolyn Jo?
Well, I'm 5'2", Groucho.
You're a whole foot shorter than the doctor, huh?
Yes.
Seems to me you might have waited until you grew up.
I should have, probably.
I'll have them divorced in 10 minutes. Doc, where are you from?
I'm from Danville, Virginia, Groucho.
Is there really such a place as Danville, Virginia?
Oh, yes. It's about 150 miles from Richmond, right on the North Carolina border.
Carolyn, where are you all from? Are you from Virginian, too?
Oh, no, sir. I'm from West Virginia.
Well, do you like West Virginia better than Virginia, or?
Yes.
No.
I do.
And what about you?
No, there's no question. Virginia's better.
No. Now, whereabouts in West Virginia do you hail from? Or don't they have any down there?
Gasaway.
Well, I hope so. I say, but what is the main industry? What is the main industry of Gasaway? Do they make bicarbonate soda there? Carolyn, where'd you meet the old doc? In Gasaway or Danville?
Well, no, Groucho. I met him in the stacks at the Medical College of Virginia in Richmond.
You met him in the stacks?
Yes. You know, the library stacks.
Oh. Well, had you met him before?
No, I went there to meet him.
Oh. Well, you had decided, in other words, that you were going to capture him, is that it?
That's right.
Yeah. And you didn't disclose this until after you hooked him?
Well, I didn't think it was necessary.
Don't you think you were a little forward, Carolyn? I mean, wasn't this kind of brash for a girl from West Virginia who was full of bicarbonate setting a trap for a huge fellow like that in the stacks?
Well, Groucho, it might have been a little bit brash, but after all, I mean, I decided that I was going to get him. He was the most eligible man on campus.
In what way? Just because he's large?
No, he was, a straight-A student and was president of the student body and very athletic, so I just decided he was my most eligible.
Did you have straight A's, too?
Heavens, no.
No.
I didn't have time to get straight
No, I
A's.
guess not. What happened next? What crystallized this romance?
Well, actually, while he was talking to me that evening, the first evening, there was an eyelash right there, so he leans over and picks it off, and then, you know, we did the old thing where we put our fingers together and made a wish. Well, the eyelash came off on his thumb, and that meant he got his wish. So he leaned over and kissed me on the forehead.
On the forehead you kissed her?
No. No, I kissed her on the lips, Groucho.
Oh. If I was a man and a girl and a man kissed me on the forehead, he'd get the lash all right. He'd get 40 lashes.
I bet he does
Now I want to ask you something. Did you plant that lash there deliberately? Is that one of the wiles that women use to hook straight-A students?
It could be.
Suppose she had a lash there now. Would you notice it now?
Well, I think so. It's a pretty odd spot for an eyelash.
Yes, it's down quite low, I must say. Now, Jim, I haven't got your version of this romance. Were you actually that easy to snare? Didn't you offer any resistance? Didn't you even try to fight back?
Well, I tried, Groucho, but she had laid a pretty neat trap. Matter of fact, she went so far as to propose to me, so it wasn't so much I could do.
Aren't you ashamed of yourself, huh? What did she say?
At this moment, I am.
What did she say when she popped the question?
Well, I don't think she just came right out and asked me to marry her. She just started making plans for the wedding, you see.
Well, Doc, apparently you got your degree in spite of Carolyn, huh? Is that the way you pronounce it, Carolyn?
That's
Or
correct.
Caroline, huh?
Oh, no, Carolyn.
Carolyn?
Please.
What kind of doctoring do you do, Doc? Are you a horse doctor?
No, I'm an intern.
Cow doctor?
No, I'm an intern at Santa Monica Hospital, Groucho.
You're an intern?
Yes,
What are your duties there? What is an intern?
Well, I'm
How
one
does
of...
that differ from an out-turn? Or a U-turn, huh?
I'm one of several rotating interns, Groucho.
He thinks he's still in Gasaway, I guess. What do you mean you're a rotating intern? You mean you go round and round like a chicken on a spit?
Sometimes I do.
What is a rotating intern?
It just means that you
Take
rotate.
on all comers?
That's it. You rotate through all the various services, Groucho. Obstetrics, pediatrics, surgery, all of them.
What field do you intend to specialize in when you're on your own?
I'm going to specialize in ear, nose, and throat, Groucho.
That's a very good field. Would you mind taking a look at my glasses and see if they're right for me?
Well, I don't know anything about glasses, Groucho. I'm going into ear, nose, and throat.
Well, if it weren't for my nose and ears, how could I keep my glasses on? Now play 8 bars of the old jokes at home. Huh? Well, you're nice kids, youngsters, and I'm sure you can use some money. So let's play You Bet Your Life. George Fenneman, would you bring out the questions for this couple from Gasaway? What category had they chosen?
Nicknames and sports, right?
Nicknames of sports?
In
You mean
sports.
Old sports, like me, or young sports?
I think just I don't know.
Well, I'm aware of that, but I thought you'd have some kind of a logical answer.
So do you want to start?
Let's take the 200 one.
That's what you wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think we have to go any further with this explanation about who's ruling the roost. For $200, who was known as the Wild Bull of the Pampas? You can talk it over, you know. The Wild Bull of the Pampas, P-A-M-P-A-S. If you don't know, guess.
Prima? I don't know.
No. It was Louis Firpo from Argentina. And you remember he knocked Dempsey out of the ring. And then Dempsey knocked him out of the ring.
You have
Another 2.
another 2. You have 3 more questions.
For $200, what baseball great was known as the Iron Horse?
Lou Gehrig.
That's right. That's right.
You now have-
had me worried.
You now have $200
You had that dazed look in your eye. Yeah.
and 2 chances to make it 5.
Well, another 2.
Who was known as Gentleman Jim? Gentleman Jim.
Jim Fitzsimmons.
How could you? It was Jim Corbett in California. Yeah.
Well, you've had 3 questions. You have 1 more question. You now have $200.
You need 5.
You need
We've
5.
got to take the 300.
That's what I was
Take
saying.
the 3, and may the Lord be with you.
Well, we need it.
I'm sure you can. For $300, if you miss this, I'll kill you. Who was known as the Georgia Peach?
Oh, gosh.
Bobby Jones.
Ty Cobb. Get me a hatchet, will you?
We need it right now.
I'm sorry. Sorry you didn't.
Well, you wound up with $200.
I was rooting for you, kids.
Oh, no, that's perfectly
Good
all right.
luck,
It was
and-
just our pleasure.
Nice for
Karen von Unge is waiting to talk to you, and her partner is the former heavyweight champion of the world, Mr. Rocky Marciano.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and you divide an extra $100.
Maybe, Groucho, I better explain here why Rocky is here tonight again.
Take a shot at him, will you?
Remember last week we had Rocky's mother on, Lena.
Yeah, she
and
was pretty cute.
She
too.
certainly was, and
She
you
was
said
leaner than he is, too.
you said a few disparaging things about Rocky.
No, I did not. Nothing of the kind. A nice fellow like Rocky.
But I'll leave you now.
Oh, I know. I'm going with you. Folks, I want you to meet Rocky Marciano, the middleweight champion of the world.
mean heavyweight.
Yes, well, he's really a heavyweight, but most of it is around the middle right now. Now, Karen von Unge. Unge? Is that
yes,
you?
Karen von Unge, right.
Unge?
No, just Unge.
Von Unge, huh?
Right.
What kind of a name is that, Karen? Is that Spanish?
No, I'm Swedish.
You're a Svenska, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Where are you from in Sweden?
I'm from a small town called Västerås.
Västerås? Isn't that what you take when you have a sore throat? Are you married?
No, I'm single.
Oh, well,
But it's leap year, so I'm still hoping.
Oh, well, who do you plan on leaping at, huh? Have you got any good prospects lined up?
No, nothing special.
Well, that's extraordinary. Don't you think she's beautiful?
Yes, she is.
Yeah. You can look at her again, you know. Now, on this show, we like to explore the little-known facts about people. For example, your real name isn't Rocky, is it?
No, Groucho, it's Francis.
Francis, huh? No wonder you had a fight when you were a young man.
No one ever called me it Francis.
No, I wouldn't think so, eh? Well, what was your record as a pro? I mean, in the ring.
I was kind of lucky, Groucho. I had 49 fights and won 49 times, 43 by knockouts.
Well, you must have been pretty lucky, I mean. Considering that you have a glass chin, that's a very good record, Rocky. By the way, I've often wondered, does it hurt the victim to get knocked out, Rocky?
No, I've been told that it doesn't hurt at all. In fact, it happens so quick and sudden-like that it's like being in a room and someone just turning out the lights.
Wait a minute, you said the secret word. Now, wait a minute. You can either have her or the $50. What do you want?
But we can... Oh.
No, you get 52. No. Oh, sure. He said the secret word, room.
Thank you.
Well, you know, whenever we have a specialist up here, we like to have them demonstrate. I mean, when we have a singer, we have a sing a song, we have a dancer, we have them dance. When we have a comedian, we have them tell some jokes. Now, I'd never been to a prize fight. Could you knock somebody out tonight? I mean...
It's been 4 years.
I mean, are you out of shape?
No, not really.
Wait, I'll get Fenneman, huh? You know, this is the question in 13 years that George hasn't answered when I called him back. You say you had 49 fights. How many of these were frame-ups? Now, let me put it this way. That was wrong, and forgive me for saying that. Were any of your fights on the level? None?
49.
49, huh? Now, how many of these were for the title?
6.
6, huh? You must have cleaned up at the box office, I imagine. How much did you figure you made during your career?
I think they estimated it pretty close to $3 million.
And parents asked children to go to high school and college. How far did you go in school?
The second year of high.
Second year in high. You see, he didn't even graduate from high school. He made $3 million. You must have the fattest piggy bank in America, huh?
I guess you don't know Al Weil.
No?
No, Groucho.
From what I've heard about him, I'm glad I don't.
No,
You'd be
Groucho.
around here collecting my salary.
Managers play an important part in a boxer's life.
Yes, they do. They take all his money.
And because of that, they take 50% of the
Well,
earnings.
that's not fair. You know, if you're an actor and then you have an agent, they get 10% of your money. No agent is allowed to take more than 10%.
I found that out.
And he took 50%, huh?
With expenses off the top.
His expenses.
No, everybody's expenses.
Why'd you kill him? Well, he took half. That still leaves $1.5 million, and that isn't bad for 49 fights. Have you still got the $1.5 million?
No, Groucho, you know, Uncle Sam is a pretty good partner, too.
Yeah.
He likes his cut, too, you know.
Yeah. I haven't forgotten Uncle Sam. I wish he'd forget me. Uncle Sam is the Al Wild of the federal business. Huh? In your opinion, who's the greatest fighter of all time?
I think Joe Louis. Joe Louis was the greatest. I really do.
How about Dempsey and Jim Jeffries? Why do you say Lewis is the best?
Well, I like to say Louis was the greatest because I was lucky enough to beat Louis, and so that makes me pretty good.
And I want to tell you one thing about this fellow. I think this is the only man that ever... No, Tunney, I guess you and Tunney, the only two that ever retired undefeated.
That's right.
And he had many more fights than Tunney had, and I think tougher ones, with the possible exception of Dempsey, huh? You didn't think I knew anything about fighting, did you?
Now I know it.
I'm supposed to be the witty fella up here, you know. I may take a poke at you yet, you know. Now, what are your plans for the future? Are you all through fighting? Or are you just going to stand there and make a fool out of me, huh?
No, Groucho, I've had my fights. What I really would like to do is be the High Commissioner of Boxing. As it is today, a fight only has a short period to make big money, and in those big years, he's taxed sometimes 90% of his money.
Yeah, and then there's Al Wild besides, too.
It should be spread over a period of years. After the fight game, a fighter goes back to his neighborhood, into a new business, with the reputation of making a lot of money and actually not having any money at all.
That's true. Boxers should have some sort of a pension, and I hope they make it. I hope they make you boxing commissioner. If anybody disagrees with you, I'll punch him in the nose for it. Now, Rocky, how do you feel about Ingemar Johansson? You think, look at her smile here. Huh? The whole room is lighting up.
I just can't.
You think he's a real world beater?
Yes, I do, Groucho. I think he's great. He showed a lot of great form in the last fight. Beat the two best American fighters we have within 4 rounds. That alone makes him a great fighter.
You think you could lick him?
Groucho, if I told you I could, you'd only call me a bragger. You'd probably say...
I would not. I might call you a liar, but I wouldn't call you a bragger.
No, but if I said that I couldn't beat him, then I'd be a liar.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you get a quiz show? Now, Rocky, I've enjoyed meeting you. And Karen, if you'd like to go some extra rounds later on, just stick around after the show. Now, what category did they... Oh, he's gone home. Bring somebody. Oh, you yellow dog, you came back again, huh? As soon as this is over, the game,
yes.
If Rocky doesn't win, he told me later, he's going to knock you out. So, now, you know how to play this game?
Yes, I do.
All right, well, put it out here. Let the people see it. What category?
World geography, I believe.
Right.
Yeah. You pick the first one and come out
Are
fighting.
you in for 200? Should make
Anything
it...
you do.
And
Anything.
a 200 thing. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo?
Mo.
Yeah.
Right.
I never know this fellow was named Mo. In what country is the city of Hamelin of Pied Piper fame? You know, the Pied Piper, the story, the fable of the city of... in what country is it?
Groucho, we've got to pass on that one.
Well, guess.
No.
Take a guess. Make a haymaker.
Hamla, that's...
Hamelin,
Germany.
H-A...
Say it again.
Germany is
Germany.
all right, Germany.
And you have
See, I had my
Boy,
education
it's like
in
taking
Sweden.
stuff out of a toothpaste, you know. You got to keep squeezing it until it comes out.
You have $200 and 3 more chances to make 5 altogether.
What do you think, Rocky?
Let's go for 3.
3? Then you answer.
Oh, there's a woman
You
for you.
already have 200, and you have 3 more chances to make 5.
Always passing the buck. $300. What is the highest mountain in the Alps? Now, you can talk it over with Rocky, because he doesn't know.
We know.
What?
Mont Blanc?
Mont Blanc is
You
right.
now have $500. So you, this is on us
This is
now.
all velvet. Everything from here in is
You mean
velvet.
one more just for the fun?
You get
2
2
more.
more, just for the fun.
Another 3?
So you've already got the 5, which allows you to come back to try for 10.
This is great.
And I don't get hurt.
You notice that's all he's thinking about. The $300. The Fiji Islands belong to what country? Oh, somebody ought to-
Jack Parr, you know.
It's that way.
Those are British.
What is it?
British.
Well, England, yeah.
You know how I knew that, Groucho?
Oh.
There was a Fiji champion, and I remember he come over with the British flag a long time ago.
What was his name?
Forget.
Well, you now have $800
$800.
and another question coming to you.
And
Go for 3.
you're so brave.
I can't understand a fellow who is a professional heavyweight champion being brave.
No, that.
That one.
You like brave men?
I like any.
Well, if you're looking for a coward, just come over here. For $300, the North Sea and the Baltic Sea are connected by what important ship canal?
The North Sea and the
And
Baltic.
the Baltic Sea are connected by what important ship canal?
Well,
You can ask Rocky, you know.
it's, I know, you know, Skagerrak.
Anyhow, it's the Kiel Canal, K-I-E-L. Anyhow, you won $800, and
Yeah.
they won $100 in the
Secret word.
$900, and you come back later for a chance at $5,000. And Rocky, you were a fine champ, and you still are. Goodbye, honey. I'll see you later. Here's the big question. Who's going to try for the big money?
Karen von Unge and Rocky Marciano earned $800, so come on in and take a spin for $10,000.
Oh, well, you two look strangely familiar to me. Pick a number for 10 grand, Rocky.
9.
9. Put a 9 up here. And Karen, pick one for 5. There's only 10 numbers.
Only 10.
Yeah.
8.
8. 9 and 8. Now, one of you, remember, if either of these numbers comes up, they're worth whatever is up here. Now, if any other number comes up, the question is worth $2,000, a total of 2. Now, you spin the wheel. Come on, boy. Well, you lost on a decision. Your numbers were 8 and 9, and it came up 10. So this question is worth a total of 2,000. You ready? You can talk it over, you know. With the addition of 2 new states, the geography of our country has changed completely. So for $2,000, tell me what is now the northernmost town in the United States. And if you don't know, guess. Play the music.
Just one.
You get one. You only get one guess. Take a guess.
Well, it must be in Alaska. Anchorage.
No, it's... What is it, audience? No. Huh? Point Barrow, that's right. I'm sorry you missed it, but you wind up with how much? $800. Ah, that's not too bad. Point Barrow. Sorry you missed it, you wind up with $8,000. Congratulations. Huh?
I beg your...
$800. Well, I'll give you the other $7,200 later.
Thank you very
And
much.
nice seeing you, Rocky, and good luck, and whatever you go in.